Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about YouTube. Questions about YouTube. I don't know if this means like how to start a YouTube channel or general questions about YouTube. I don't know. We'll find out here in a second. Okay. I thought the new studio meant we'd get full T-shirt views. Is that going to happen? You're getting fuller T-shirt views. The framing still doesn't look right. I'm experimenting with this new thing that YouTube is offering where there's a link to the shirt. And so you can see it. You click on it and you can see it. It was something that I was actually in the experiment that YouTube ran to see if they wanted to actually do this for real. And people seem to like that. The problem is not all the shirts are in there, but you'll have that. And then again, as we do more of the like actual on the road stuff, the hands-on stuff, it's shot from different angles. It's framed differently. You'll see more then. How many people in the comment section do you know personally? If by personally you mean like met in the physical world, I don't know, 20 maybe? Not many. A lot of you, I've seen your names and screen names pop up down there so often. Like I feel like I know you. Whatever the opposite of a parasocial relationship is, that. They say creative people will have a list of new projects in their head all the time. I have the drive, but not the idea for an overall channel theme. Give me ideas. Well, I don't know what you want to do. So, just some general ideas that I've had. Covering a major historical event day by day as it happened from the perspective of somebody who is experiencing it. Probably didn't make any sense. Imagine doing, I don't know, World War II as an example. And you're covering the events of that date in order from the perspective of somebody who was there at that time. So you don't know how it ends. You get the story told in real time. And by that I mean, on December 7th, you're covering December 7th. I think that would be an incredibly useful tool for people to understand major events and get full context rather than just the snippets. And it could be made to be entertaining. Another one that I've always wanted to do was make up a country, like completely fictional country. But the events in that country that you're covering parallel the events in the United States, and you cover it as if it were a country in Central America, using the same language that U.S. media would use to describe the situation. Security services targeting ethnic minorities. And put it into that framing, I think it might help people skip past a little bit of American exceptionalism. There's a lot of little stuff like that, tons of ideas, not a lot of time. But yeah, I think most people who are on YouTube have like a list of projects they want to do but don't have time to do. Why do you have two channels? I don't understand why you wouldn't put them on one. The algorithm told me to. So on the main channel, basically anything over like 13 minutes, it doesn't gain traction there because it's a different audience who doesn't want, they want the sound bites, or not the sound bites. They want the shorter viewpoint that is, singular to one topic, very quick, very concise, and that's what they're looking for. Doing the longer stuff, it's just not what that audience is looking for. There's overlap, obviously, but it's not the same audience. And so those longer videos on that channel, they don't do as well, so they end up dragging the channel down, if that makes sense. And for those who have just signed up for this channel, I have this whole other channel where I do like daily coverage of like political events and stuff like that, in 3 to 8 minute videos. Let's see. Do you buy your shirts for specific meanings, or do you craft specific videos around shirts? Yes. Yes, the answer is yes. So, I go hit thrift stores or big box clearance racks or stuff like that, and I look for shirts that normally have multiple meanings that I can use for metaphors or symbolism in videos later, and then I choose the right one for the video. Why don't you use tags? What are tags? Now, I know they exist. Honestly, when I started on YouTube, I had no idea what I was doing, and now I'm afraid to change anything. I never used them before, and I don't use them now. Yeah, so that's the real reason. Didn't know they were there initially. Okay. What do you think of the new algorithm? Algorithm is always the same. It always has the same purpose. That is to keep you on YouTube as long as humanly possible. As long as you understand that, all of the minor changes, they don't matter as much. I know a lot of people put a lot of effort into technical analysis of the algorithm and trying to figure out how to get every possible avenue covered. And I know it works. To me, keeping in mind the overall goal of that algorithm and making your content decisions based on that is really important, like dividing up the channels. The reason it was just dragging the channel down is because people didn't watch the full 20 minutes or the 30-minute interview or whatever. So what it told YouTube was this channel normally gets a 98% view rate. People watch 98% of the video, and then all of a sudden it drops to 40% or 30%. So YouTube sees those as bad videos, and they don't want to show them to people because they're afraid they'll leave the platform. If you view it through the lens of trying to keep people on YouTube, it's easier to understand. Now, to be fair, YouTube also does things to try to safeguard people's kind of mental health a little bit. Like if you watch and you're doing like autoplay, if you watch a bunch of angry videos, they will throw something mellow in there. At least that's the way it seems. It's all a big secret, but it seems like that occurs, and I think that's intentional. But again, it goes back to, if you get too angry, you may get off the channel, or you may get off the platform. Let's see. Why did you put your long form stuff on a separate channel? Asked and answered. Is it still possible to start a successful political YouTube channel today? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You just have to have your angle, it's not, when you're talking about the YouTube side of it, it's not necessarily about being like successful channels. It's about being different but incorporating the same elements, if that makes sense. You see a lot of channels that will start up and they will be very, very similar to the channels they like. And that's, it's a good starting point, but you have to make it your own. That's where I see most people kind of go off the rails, is they try to stick too closely to the channels they like. And you have to remember, the audience is different. Are you going to do the YouTube affiliate program? That's the shirt thing I was just talking about. As far as like using it in like product placement and stuff like that, the same answer I've had for years. If it was something that actually benefited the channel, sure. Yeah, I think the example I used back then was like, getting like an Aero Garden or something like that and putting it back on the shelf. So y'all get to see if it really works like it does in the commercials, something like that. Maybe. As far as like going through and doing product reviews and trying to drive affiliate traffic, not likely. It would have to match seamlessly with the channel. Somehow be a benefit to y'all. Why are your Halloween episodes so much more intense than other holidays? Shouldn't Christmas be the big one for your demographic? Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, and yes, like realistically, people put a lot of effort into the Christmas episodes on YouTube because during December ad rates are higher. So they want those to be really good because it generates more revenue. I put more effort into the Halloween episodes, I guess, because I like Halloween. Yeah, I would rather put the effort into something I enjoy. Like I enjoy Halloween. That's more my holiday, I guess. Are you worried about AI overtaking real creators on YouTube? No, I'm not. I think that there'll be certain genres where AI is really going to hurt the people who are on YouTube now. When it comes to news and political coverage, no, because it's really scraping what's out there and using that. So the content it gathers to form its opinion, it has to be made by somebody, and that's going to have to be a person. I know that there are news outlets now that are experimenting with AI. It's going to be a disaster. I'm calling that now. The artificial intelligence, it isn't quite as intelligent as it's being made out to be. With rapidly changing events, the data set it uses to create its content is not going to be up to date. How far apart are your public and private face? Not really that far. Again, when the channel started, it was a joke and there was a lot of satire and I played a lot of stuff up. Now, the biggest difference is My language is a lot coarser than it is on this channel at times. But that's the big change right there. What kind of camera do you use? / do I need to start? That is a Canon XA something. XA 45. I don't know. It's a Canon XA. You don't need that to start. That one was the one that we decided to get because it can do anything and everything that we might ever want to do. So we would never need a whole bunch of different cameras. It's all in one. The channel started with a broken cell phone. There's a lot of emphasis on production quality. Content is what matters. Content is what matters. How much did leaving Twitter hurt you? People say it's the most important part of being a YouTuber. I got this number this morning, 0.7%. 0.7% of views. That was the decline. And that is, now that's, we actually didn't actually decline because, we have a little bit of growth each month. I want to say it's like 3% or something like that. So that ate up one of those percent, almost a full percent. But it's either people from Twitter are coming to the channel like on their own without the prompts from Twitter, or Twitter is highly overvalued when it comes to actually driving content or driving traffic to your videos. I don't know which. Now, it's worth noting that if you're just starting out, you've got to get your videos out there. So you have to use every possible avenue of social media that's available because you need that one video to click so you can get your base subscribers. Okay. How much money do you make? Not as much as people think. I guess I don't really care what you make. When do you get to the point you can do YouTube full time? 500,000 subscribers? Way less than 500,000 subscribers. Obviously it depends on your standard of living, the cost of living where you're at, how many views you get. Like somebody with, let's say, somebody with 80,000 subscribers that puts out a video a day and they're capturing a decent percentage of those subscribers with each video will make more money than somebody with 1 million subscribers who puts out a video a month. There's a lot to that. Generally speaking, if you're going to put out a video a day and you have decent capture of your subscriber base, 80 to 100,000 subscribers, and you're full time. So why don't you do shorts? I don't have the legs for it. No, I'm too long-winded. The shorts format on YouTube, I even played around with the TikTok and I played around with trying to clip videos down. I talk's too slow is really what it boils down to. Have you ever had a female fan do something inappropriate? I'm assuming this is talking about like in the physical world. Not really. I've gotten inappropriate messages before, but as far as in like out and about, I don't get inappropriate. I get awkward. I have had women come up and awkward is the word, not inappropriate. So, does YouTube allow a good work-life balance? No. No. I mean, like anything, it is what you make of it. Generally speaking, you end up throwing yourself into it. It's hard to maintain that because, especially if you're doing news, there's always news breaking. There's always another video you can make. So you have to set your schedule and then stick to it. Like, there are definitely days when I would want to release like 6 videos, but I don't for this reason. And because eventually the algorithm is just like, no more. Let's see. Why do you not show your full shirt, but put so much energy into picking the right shirt? It really is about the framing. It's about the framing and how it looks in on your screen. Let's see. When's the next live stream, or are the Q&As replacing those? The Q&As are not replacing those. The live streams will be coming when we changed, over to the new facility here. We didn't take into account what you need to stream, the bandwidth you need to stream. We're trying to figure out a solution to that at the moment. Why aren't you really active in Discord? To let people disagree. I don't want people to feel like they always have to agree with me. And if I was super active in that group, that discussion, it wouldn't be as free, I don't think. That's a big part of it. Who's the nicest person you worked with on YouTube? So I can't say. That it's funny. The nicest person that I have worked with on YouTube, her public face is that she's not a nice person. Her public face is very very sarcastic and angry, and she is not. And I don't want to say, because I don't want to ruin her image as being evil. Let's see. Do you ever want to quit? No. I really enjoy what I do, and I feel like it makes a difference. So I don't want to stop. I have no intentions of stopping. I know that there's for a lot of people, there's like a wall you hit where you just don't want to do it anymore. I don't see that happening with me. I really enjoy this. So that seems unlikely. And I guess they put that at the end to wrap it up. No, I'm not going anywhere. So that's all of them. We'll be back with another themed one of these soon, I'm sure. And then I think that there's a random one with a whole bunch of different questions about different topics coming soon too. All right. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.